Want to find out more about the meaning of life? Check. Want to find out who you truly are? Check. Wanting those things is the first step of getting out of not being able to understand those things. You know why? Because you already have them in here. Now, what are the main tools I would have loved to have heard when I first started this? Even if the thing is not external, but you are looking outside externally for it, are things that already exist for everyone to find. Humans that have taken other things that are outside and rearranged them have done some of the work for you. But if you start to believe in those arrangements or think about those arrangements only externally and try to find other ones to go with that one, you will not find the meaning of life, you will not find out about infinity, and you will not find out about yourself. There's no problem with that. People live beautiful, fulfilling lives because they have different paths in that way. But if you still are like, this is not enough, and you still want to know the meaning of life, and you still want to know more about yourself, meaning not yourself like what you do in the world, just how you exist, you need to look at those external things as 3 things that are useful for this process that you've decided to go down. 1, a reference library. 2, people or books or references that tell you and remind you to look within. Questions, they ask you questions to think to yourself, that kind of stuff. Really be brutal with this because we have societies built in every part of the world to do the opposite. And 3, recognizing, even in the first one, which ones are your favorite, which ones are things that you love. Don't think that, oh, I did this with nature. Oh, these are just, everyone likes nature. Not everyone likes nature. And when you realize that not everyone likes nature the way you do, for example. So look at those external things as parts of you, not external. So you are putting them in. The interesting part about all this is even if someone decides to not go deep within or deeply find out what the meaning of life is, it's actually completely okay to explore that so that you know that you don't want to do that. So anytime you're in this process and you decide you don't like it, anytime is a good time to move to the other way of thinking. What are these 2 ways of thinking that some people combine, which is okay, and some people, well, they combine within themselves, which is okay, and some people just do one or the other? 1 is finite. 2 is infinite. An example of number 1 of finite would be scientific method. So people forget about this with scientists when they make any kind of discovery or things like that. It's not really a discovery. They have decided a hypothesis. They've gotten paid by some sponsors so that they can work on researching that hypothesis for a desired, outcome. And not only is that what it is, but the actual process of doing it is repeating it over and over again and having proof of it working over and over again for a desired outcome. So if you're the people that we talked about that arrange the external together and provide a service to say these are connected from the external, no other information, just those, we have to understand that those are very valuable for a person who's infinitely exploring because they have something to look at so that they can explore deeper. So they could be called stepping stones. They could be all these things. So both the infinite and the finite are very valuable for each other. Now, living an infinite life is that you understand the, physical finite things, but you actually use those finite things and infinite things when you're using it. So infinite actually includes both. Whereas finite is if you're living a finite life, you're only living a finite life. Like it's just how it is. And someone who would be at peace in a finite life would be someone who respects the infinite, but they don't use the infinite in their life. Unhealthy are the ones that get angry and, people have persecuted them, told them they're too blah blah blah, all these things, and they probably had a tough time in university or wherever they're studying and things like that. So why am I even talking about this? This is my specialty, and I find it a little bit sad that sometimes my specialty doesn't get to those people who are like, okay, like obviously I personally, when I'm expressing myself, it's going to be because I've done all of this. I have found how to express myself and also how to keep going deep within and things like that. And so sometimes my methods might be very much me and very authentically me. And people that are maybe, like I said, living a finite life might be scared of the methods and things that I do. But I wanted this video is more for them because I I appreciate them as well. They are just as important as the infinite people, and I want to make sure that those people feel as needed and supported as and valuable as they are as well, and that I'm there for them. And even if they don't need my help or anything, just know that I'm admiring them from afar. Have a nice day.